Hello, friends. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I am glad to see each one of you. If you're here with me, I would love it if you would leave a comment in the comment space there. That really helps my channel grow. And I would love to hear from you as well. So, I had mentioned on my last videos for Heartfelt Creation that I had made a card inspired by my socks. So, let's go ahead and switch this camera view so you can see what I have come up with. All right, so here is my card, and I will share with you my socks. One day I was getting dressed and I looked down and I was like, oh, hot pink dragonflies. That would be really pretty on a card and on a nice white background. So, anyway, this is what I came up with. So, it just goes to show that inspiration can come from anywhere. So, I may have to do a little bit of a sock series because since this one, I have seen a few others that are soon to become cards as well. So, I will now go sock shopping with a totally different eye than I did in the past. So, to create this card, I started with the Slim Star Lattice rectangle, and I used the largest outline die to cut this piece right here, which it just measures 4 by 9, so you could also just cut that on your paper trimmer. Now, the next piece I wanted was this piece right here, pretty much the full lattice with the little design. So I used this one, and this one all together at the same time, and that gives me this piece right here. So pretty easy, and I'll go ahead and just glue that down. Now, when I glue this down, I'm only going to glue on the edges and just a little bit of glue around the center part because I want to be able to tuck my leaves into this lattice, so I don't want it adhered completely all over. And I am just going to grab my glasses real quickly so that I can get the glue in the right place. Finish that. So if you happen to have seen my video for Heartfelt yesterday, I mentioned that I was going to go wedding dress shopping with my daughter. And so we did that yesterday, had a lovely time. We went to a really nice little dress shop over in Navasota, Texas called Love and Lace. And the people there were very helpful, and my daughter did find her dress. So that was just a very special day, and I so look forward to just seeing her get to wear that beautiful dress. So she had a fun time. We both did. All right, so once I get this all layered down, we're going to go ahead and do some stamping. All right, so just like that. So for my card base, I just went ahead and cut a piece. Let's see, yeah. And I wanted it to be a slimline, so I cut it 8 by 9, and I'm going to score that right there at the 4-inch mark. All of my supplies are kind of strung out today. I didn't clean up very well after my video, so things are not in their usual spot. Whoops, and I just scored the wrong mark. There we go. There we go. So what is the strangest thing that you have ever been inspired by to create a card? I have created cards that were inspired by buildings, by, just colors that I see like on vacation, plays and musicals. Just tell me, what kinds of things do you get your inspiration from when you create a card? And do you like, kind of making projects in your craft room that remind you of things that you've seen just as you live your day-to-day life? I have always just enjoyed doing that. It helps me choose my colors, my layouts, my designs. So that's just something I do pretty regularly, and I'm just curious whether any of you do that. All right, let me grab a piece of my flower shaping paper, and we're going to do just a little bit of stamping. There we go. All right, that ought to be a big enough piece. And for this card, the only two sets that I used were the decorative dragonflies and the leafy accents. And I purposely chose the dragonflies that most resembled the dragonflies on my socks. So I went with this one with the nice rounded wings and this one. And I didn't use any of the real decorative ones, but they would be just as pretty on this design. So I stamped out my leaves. Go ahead and we'll do that so we can color up a few. Whoops, got that backwards. I have decided that I'm going to start doing a few lives here on my personal channel so that I can interact with you. I find when I'm recording a tutorial, I don't get the back and forth talking like I do when I'm doing the lives, and I kind of miss that. So I like being able to see your responses and things like live while I'm crafting. So I'm going to give that a go, and I will make sure to announce it far enough in advance that hopefully some of you can tune in and join me. And maybe we can get on a regular schedule to where I can do that regularly. So I'm going to stamp my leaves in the emerald green. And the one that I'm using today is the one with all the little curlicues. That's a very official name, curlicues. So, there you go. All right, now to color these up, I'm going to use a little bit of emerald green. See if I get the right one here. Nope, that's the wrong one. It's very hard to tell once they're colored, right? Okay, this is my emerald green, and I'm literally going to zigzag across. I don't want it to be exact at all. Now I'm going to come in and put just a little bit of a darker swatch right at the bottom of each leaf. Okay, see how I'm doing that? And that's all with the emerald green. And I believe I did this twice for my card. Then I'm going to come back with my favorite color, the vivid chartreuse, and I'm just going to do that zigzag again. Trying to make sure I hit most of the tips of the leaves in my zag. So this is all I did for my leaves for my card today. And of course I did go ahead and die cut those, and I ran those through my the mold to give them that nice pretty shape that the mold gives them. So you can of course shape them by hand, but I really love the leafy accent mold, the way it puts the kind of zigzags in the leaves. I really like that. So if you haven't got yourself the mold, you'll want to keep your eye out. I believe they're going to come out with a bundle of molds again, and you're definitely try to get your hands on some of those before they're gone. All right, now I'm just going to stamp. I think I'll just stamp this one because I colored them all exactly the same. And it's pretty simple coloring for today on these. I stamped them out in my vibrant fuchsia. So when I'm crafting for Heartfelt Creation, Of course, all of my projects are using only Heartfelt Creation products. And I have to admit that I would say a good, oh, 85–90% of my crafting with Heartfelt Creation products, I do use all of their own product just because they work so well together. But I never want to like completely limit myself that I have to use that. So sometimes when I'm crafting with my Heartfelt stuff, I purposely kind of go and pull in other items throughout my craft room. That is the wrong color. Let me grab the one for my Vibrant Fuchsia. There we go. And for this, I'm really going to use the triangle part. Get it on the tip, and I'm going to put it right at the body and pull out. See that? So that way it's darker down there towards the body, and it gets lighter as it goes out. And I like to go around and do it a second time and pull a little bit further out. Oops. And that is how I color up my dragonflies, just like that. And then for their bodies, I used the Pebble Beach. And let's see, did I? Yeah. That is the Pebble Beach I used, but I think I'm going to use the triangle one. And kind of did a similar action. I put the tip of the triangle just right there on his body and pulled down. And then turn it around and do the exact same thing in the other direction. Kind of pulling that right between his eyes. And from there I went ahead, I die cut them. And then I used my shaping tool to give their wings some curve. And from there, here, I'll go ahead and do that to this little guy for you. I'm going to turn that upside down and just use my stylus here to put some shape. And then I'll use my fingers to put some curl in his wings. And to finish my beautiful dragonflies off, I use some crystal lacquer and some of the beautiful glitter. My socks are not glittery, but I took creative license with that. So here we go. So I haven't glittered these two. I'll save those for another project. From there, I kind of tore up my leaves so that I could use them throughout my project. And it looks like I didn't shape some of these. I'm going to go ahead and shape those. I glittered them without shaping them. Oops. So I would love to know what y'all are working on in your craft rooms today. I had some messages from Lucille this morning about some lives that I've done in the past, just asking questions. So I think she's in her craft room crafting today. And I'm going to pretty much spend most of my day here in the craft room. I do have a lot to do later in the week, so I am looking forward to just spending some time in here today, getting ready for projects next week. Okay, so on my original card, I used the sentiment or the expression hello, but I was talking to my mom, saw this card and she just loved it and she wants to send it to a friend for her birthday. So today, instead of a hello card, I'm going to make a happy birthday card. So hopefully, I had already cut out a hello, but since she wants a birthday card, I'm going to make this one a birthday card. And you can see here on my original that I also pulled in some just little, what do they call these things? Epoxy dots. And they're just like a shiny solid black. And I thought that that kind of pulled out the little black speckles that were on my socks in some places. Okay, here we go. I have a happy birthday in here, and let's see. This happy birthday is a kind of more modern looking happy birthday. And then I have another one in here that is more of a script. And I think I'm going to go with the script. There we go. I had to get a quick drink. All right, now this little piece right here, I have taken that from a Honeybee Stamps set, and I just liked the shape of it. So I think I'm gonna pull this one off. Yeah, that was the one I used. And so let's see if my happy birthday is going to fit in there. Yeah, I think it will. I think I can make that work. Yeah, all right. So I'll go ahead and die cut that. So last year when I was working on my Carrie Lee Creations site, I had kind of set myself a schedule for launching my videos on Mondays and Fridays, where I had my Monday mix-up and my Friday heartfelt creation. But I found that a little bit a difficult schedule to keep up with the rest of my life happening. So for this year, I'm not really going to hold myself to any particular day of the week, but I'm going to try to have at least one video a week and sometimes two. But if you want to make sure you catch my videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified. That way, you won't have to keep track of a specific day. You'll just get one quick notice that lets you know when I am going live. So if you want to, catch the video, you can. And I believe that I'm also going to pretty much just focus on videos and having my crafting projects on YouTube. I'm not going to photograph everything and put it on a blog site like I have in the past. I didn't feel like the views there were worth all the extra work. But definitely, if I ever do something where you feel like you need a photograph or you have a question or something like that, just give me an Insta message or in the comments, and I'd be glad to do that if somebody needs it. But I'm not going to do it for every single time like I have in the past. So for the most part, we'll just stick to YouTube. Okay, I'm just going to cut myself a piece of black cardstock here. And I want this to be double thick, so I'm just going to put glue on one side. Fold this over. Burnish that down real well. And now I'm just going to die cut this, and I'll have my happy birthday double thick. Okay. So yesterday my daughter tried on maybe 7 dresses. The first one was an eh. The second one we really liked. Then there was a third one, and I believe it was the fourth one that she just came out of that dressing room beaming from ear to ear. And the first thing she said when she looked at herself in the mirror was, "I could get married in this." And she really did look lovely. We went ahead and tried on 3 more after that. One of them she didn't even get out of the dressing room in. As soon as they put her in it, she was like, "Nope, that's not the one." And the next 2, both of them, she really liked the other. And so from there we decided to stop wasting time and to just go ahead and get the one there that she loved. And she went ahead and put that one more time so that we could be 100% for sure. But as soon as she came out of the dressing room, we both were, yes, this is the one. So it was a very fun day. All right, so there we have our happy birthday. My daughter and I are both fairly decisive people. Once we kind of find what we like, we like to stop shopping. You know, it's like not to overwhelm ourselves with too many choices. My daughter will get what she calls decision fatigue pretty quickly. So it worked out really well that in 7 dresses she was able to fall in love and with one. So the actual wedding is not until October of this year. So if you're going to be watching my videos this year, you will probably hear quite a bit about the wedding planning because it is a lot of what I will be doing. Let's see. It looks like that should come out of there. Let me see if I... Yeah, there we go. And I think right here's a little spot too that comes out. Let's see. Yeah. All right. There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this happy birthday onto my little label here before I go any further. A lot of times I do the sentiment last, but on this design I kind of like putting it first. That way I can kind of arrange my dragonflies and greenery around it instead of putting it on at the end. Ooh, I don't think I got that centered very well. Let's push it down a little. Well, that's not too bad. There we go. All right. So when they first came out with these reverse tweezers, I have to admit, I didn't like it very much. I was like, those things are confusing to me, and I just didn't like, uh, you know, how they worked. I didn't like it. I was used to using tweezers the other way, not reverse. But now that's my favorite way to use them is to put glue on tiny items like that. That is probably the main way I reach for them. I don't use them to place every single thing like several crafters do, but I have found that especially for, you know, adding glue to tiny little script words like that, I do like that. I use them quite a bit for that reason. But it took me a while to fall in love with reverse tweezers. They weren't my thing at first. All right, I am going to pop this up. And I know that I'm going to be tucking some greenery underneath, so I have left room around my foam to make sure that I can tuck pieces in there. So I think we're ready to put everything together here. All right. I'm going to let my happy birthday be about right there. Going to go ahead and put on this top dragonfly, and I'm only applying glue right to his body. Put him right up here in the corner. And then grab some of my greenery here. some of these curly cues. And really I'll just build these up by placing them around. So I have to admit, this is the first time that I've ever been inspired by my socks. I think this little guy I'm going to put down here. Can you see that beautiful shape that's in those leaves from the mold? I think they just did a great job when they came out with the molds. Because if I shaped these, I wouldn't put all that gorgeous detail in there. So that's really nice. Now, I purposely left these unglued down so that I could tuck my stems in there so that you don't see all the little stems. And I'm going to go ahead and just add glue under these. Glue those down. There we go. Now I'm going to glue this little guy, or the bigger guy. This is the one big dragonfly, kind of right here. Bring his wings up a little. All right, let's see here. For the most part, I just kind of tear them. It's probably not very, again, I'm going to put that right in there. Oops. There we go. There we go. Have trouble getting it under there. And no two cards ever exactly the same. I'm going to place this one right down here. I always try to kind of follow my same layout, but it's inevitably a little different. But that's okay with me. There we go. All right, I think I'll add one more greenery over on this side. And then I'm going to add my little black embellishments that really finish this card off. All right, I have lots of extra, but when I do embellishments, I don't like to overthink it. So I just start laying them down. Now, on my original card, I had a lot more of the smaller embellishments. I don't have the small ones left on my card. So I'm going to be a little bit thoughtful here in where I place these bigger ones. Just because they are larger. Let's see. Maybe right over here. Kind of tucking them in around the leaves. I think I want more over here. Have one more small one that I'll put right here. All right, I think I like that. I do like the small ones a little better. I wish I had more of those, but I didn't have any, so the big ones are going to work just fine. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and bring in the inspiration one more time. There we go. They look a little dingy. I've had these socks for years and years and never ever looked at them in terms of a card, but here we go. And like I said, I will definitely have new eyes when I go sock shopping. So I'll go ahead and switch my camera view back. thank you so much for crafting with me today. I hope that whatever you're making in your craft room, that you just create something that you love and is beautiful and will bring you joy, and whoever you are going to give it to will share in that same joy. So, all right, have a wonderful afternoon, and I look forward to crafting with you again soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.